On the seventh day of the seventh month, we recognize a day of dependence. It may be just and necessary to resist, to fight for our independence from earthly forces of evil. But we wrestle not against flesh and blood. You've seen that for yourselves. Our enemy is beyond any mortal force, and even at times at work in our own hearts. Ultimately, we must rely on God's deliverance and His providence in all things. We depend on Him for our daily bread and for the breath in our lungs. No plan will prosper, no victory will last, and no striving will be sufficient apart from His will. We must trust Him and not our own strength. This is true for the remnant that remains in our nation and for each of us in our own lives. For myself, I need His presence daily. God's choice of servants is strange. I often find myself insufficient to the great responsibility, to the trust you've placed in me. I have no choice but to lean on Him, simply to bear the mundane hardships of life. The Spirit of God is the greatest power on earth, but we hold it in jars of clay. Sometimes it seems the jars are shattered, and He must fill up the cracks. If we consider the Scriptures, this is not a problem, nor is it unusual. Our utter reliance is not a stepping stone. It is not a hurdle to overcome, or a child's lesson. No epiphany, no expert, no system of metaphysics will replace our moment-by-moment need for God. It's not a last resort. It's our only strength.
You're still practicing. Afraid of what they'll say?
It's not what they want.
They want you strong, Successor to the great Rasputin.
That's what they want, sure, but I can't pretend. You all know me too well.
You're still a little mouse to me.
I'm no good as a mouse either. They ought to have someone to reassure them, someone to look up to.
What are you then?
Only an example of faith in weakness. That's all I've got.
That's enough for me.